So if something happens and you have to hop off, or if you want to give it to one of your new reps on your team, then you can do so. So welcome to new rep training, I guess kind of like March-ish, April, right? So if you join in April, happy 6 first days. If you join in March, or if you're relaunching, congratulations, first and foremost. My name is Erika Hackmann. I lead Team All-Star, and I am excited to say that I am collaborating with Charmayne's team, and we've done this a couple times, but mainly for like for Discover Zayas for prospecting for new reps. So so I'm really excited about this because I am excited to see the up and coming stars on her squad, and then she can do the same for mine. So I've been with Zaya Active for about 2.5 years now, and it's been great. And so I love onboarding. I love training new reps. I love training in general. I just love it all. So if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat, and I will let Charmayne kind of introduce herself, and then we will get started.
Hi guys. Welcome. Yes, so my name is Charmayne. So yeah, we are all under the same team site on FIA. So Eric and I have really been enjoying kind of collaborating because it's just fun to be able to, like she said, I mean, we get to feed ideas off of each other. I mean, I don't get anything from doing trainings from her team and she doesn't from ours, but we are just nice, good old soul sisters that like to help each other out. So my name is Charmayne, and we joined the same month, December of 2018, and I'm a double Zaya executive with the company, and it's just been the best thing ever. So I really worked the business, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but I really gave it all my very first year because I had a goal to be able to quit my full-time job. I loved my job, absolutely loved it, but I had an 1.5-hour commute every day, and I have 2 little boys, and I was just done. I was done with the commute, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm wasting like 8 hours in the car every single week just driving. My end goal was to be able to stay home with the income that Zaya has brought in, and that absolutely happened in October of 2020. So about 6 months ago-ish, I walked away. So now I just stay home and do Zaya full time. So it's been the biggest blessing, and I'm so glad that you guys are all here on this call, investing time in yourself and your business.
Yay, Zaya, we brought you home, Charmayne.
It did.
Yeah, so like Charmayne, I worked this vice versa, maybe same thing. So in your first 30 days, this is kind of like what I like to do. I like to keep it simple, obviously, for my new reps, just because I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed. Let me go ahead. Okay. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. You can refer back to this video, but your sponsor, whoever you joined under, is going to be like literally like your rock for like probably, I would say, I mean, especially a little bit more frequently in your first 30, 60, 90 days. So don't feel like you're bothering. I like to tell my new reps this, like, don't ever think that there's a question that you can't ask. If I don't answer right away, it's not like I'm not paying attention. It's just like I do have some working hours now that I work Zaya full time. But we'll talk about the resources in which you can use. Every question you have asked, somebody else has asked. So your team chats, your team pages, find a sideline sister too. That's very helpful for me in my business. But I did work this business part-time on top of finishing my master's in education, helping my business in his business, and working with 3 children and recruiting at a collegiate level for soccer. So however you choose to start this business, whether it's part-time or full-time, just know that like there is potential to do both. So if you're like, I just want to break even, or I just want to pay for some things here and there, like, or you're like, I want to stay home and I want to do this full-time eventually, the opportunities are endless here. Charmayne and I and some other girls in this call are living proof. So in your first 30 days, what I would like you to do is, obviously, with or without your sponsor, some people are like, I can do it. I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna do all the things. I'm going to do everything, and then I'm going to ask my sponsor for help, or you can do this along with your sponsor. I like to refer to this job as on-the-job training. So it's not like you sit in a room for 30 hours and everybody tells you what to do. It's literally like You dive in and you kind of figure it out as you go. So I know there's some personality types that are like, I don't really, that's scary, but it's the best way. I feel like it's the best way. Just trust me. Okay. So logging into your back office, it should be with your rep ID and the password you created when you joined, setting up your party link. Okay. There are tons of videos. So whether your sponsor can send you one, you can get them in your back office under company files, training videos. There are 4 key videos there. Setting up a link, a party link, right? Because you want all of your orders to give you rewards in your launch party. Or if you're doing a party already for someone, you want to set up a link. Okay. Closing a link, I think, exchange and return. Like there's 4 key ones that are really important in there. And if not, you could literally go to YouTube and say, Zaya, set up a party link. Like there would be a million training videos. So if you're a learn by doer, you can go ahead and contact your sponsor and do through FaceTime, and or you can use a video. Okay. You did get that gift card, right? It's burning hole in your pocket. I know you have a wish list already, or you might want to use it for marketing budget, whatever you want to use it for. You will be your first customer. Go ahead and shop with the link that you create with your rep, with your sponsor, and spend that $100. So that is really like what I tell all my new reps with, like, let's start doing this. That's really where I would love to start. It's getting familiar with the back office. There's lots of things in there. I know it can seem overwhelming with reports and whatever, but just starting simple, logging in, utilizing the links or setting up your links, and then using your gift card. Okay. Your event links, you can change the date. So if you're like, okay, Erica, I'm going to run a party for 1 week and you want to extend it, you can go in there. I have one that I shop obviously every single month, and I just have it open throughout the whole month. Links will show up on your website for 2 months, and then they kind of go like, they can still be shopped if you edit the date. It just doesn't pop up there, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay. So now I'm going to have Charmayne talk about a business strategy call. I do these usually kind of like touch base in the first month with my new reps, but how to set goals for your first month and creating a roadmap of where to go.
Okay, guys. So yes, like Erica said, you really want to get that gift card and get all your links set up. Like that should be your main focus. Some of you guys have been maybe in the business for 2 months or 2 days. That should really be your goal. Like within that first week is just doing all of that. And I'm going to kind of piggyback on Erica too. I like to tell my reps and even like myself, in that back office, guys, just like spend like a good 15 to 30 minutes, just like clicking on all of those buttons on the left-hand side. I mean, you cannot click the wrong thing. That just kind of helps to see what's all available. There's company files. There's so much good information under that. And the big thing too, print out the pay plan information so you kind of know commission and stuff, because I mean, who doesn't want to earn, great money with doing this? So definitely, I always tell my reps to print that out, put that, I have it in like 5 different places. All right, so business strategy call. So this is something for my personal reps. Yeah, I kind of leave it up to them. Like if you want to give on a call, I would absolutely love that. Or if you just kind of want to ease into it, you let me know when you're ready. But definitely try to have a call with your upline within those first, 15 days-ish, once you kind of get familiar with the little things, and just write down a list of questions that you have for your upline so you can get those questions kind of taken care of and get familiarized with those. Set goals. So I like to contact all of my first level reps every month, but especially my new reps. Like I want to know, like, okay, let me know. How much money do you want to make in a month? I kind of like to ask, because if they tell me 500, I'm like, okay, we need to book about two to 3 parties this month so you can get that extra $500. Or if they just kind of want to use it for the discount, like that's what we need to know as leaders and stuff. We want to know what your goals are. So please be transparent and just let them know, like, hey, I'm just doing this for the discount, or hey, I would love to earn an extra $500 or cover daycare or whatnot. So definitely go over those goals with your upline, so then we can kind of create a roadmap for you. Because honestly, your first 30 to 60 days, we would love for you to advance to junior rep and senior rep.
On her, please.
Those you get a $50 bonus for hitting junior rep and a $75 bonus. So that's $125 extra dollars in your pocket for hitting those 2 ranks. And you can do that within your first 60 days of being a rep. And that's very doable with just having one rep underneath you. And we may hit on that a little bit later in the call. But definitely strategize with your upline. So after call, contact your upline and say, hey, I would love to get on a phone call, or here's my goals for April. How just talk through how you guys are going to get there together. The first 30 days, like Erika said too, you're really going to kind of fall back on your upline for guidance. That's what we're here for. So, or reach out to Erika or I. We would love to help you no matter where you are deep in the downline. All right, Erika, back to you.
Yeah. I mean, I will just say this like as a blanket, like I'm goal driven. I know Charmayne is definitely goal driven. I know I recognize some names on this call that are newer reps that have killed some goals in the last like 30 days. And so I must say, like as a leader, I definitely have average expectations for what I want it to look like for a new rep who's working the business either part-time or full-time. But just know that like even when I start, I'm like, I have a good idea of where I want this to go. And as I start going, I, as a leader, will be like, okay, like I'll use Hannah, for example, like you're crushing this, like, let's look at the bigger picture here. So just know that like, if that momentum starts going fast, like go ahead and switch up your goals or go ahead and contact your person and be like, okay. But at the same time, you don't want to like get all burnt out in your first 30 days and be like, I can't even think straight. My mind's spinning and my kids I don't even know if my kids know where I'm at right now. I'm hiding in the bathroom because I'm doing Zaya. So just know that like it gets addicting and the momentum is really, really fast, and that's okay. Write it, but also set boundaries for yourself about, okay, this is when I'm going to do this. This is when I'm going to do this. And with organization that will happen. So if you did have a party, okay, go ahead and make that your VIP group. Go ahead and have the person who brought you on change that, make you an admin. Go ahead and make that your VIP group and go ahead and start your launch party there. Okay. So if you had a party already and now you're like, okay, I'm doing a launch party, you can do a couple of things. I didn't have a launch party. I just went gangbusters, started selling to everybody. And I probably could have had one in my home. However you plan to launch your business is okay. Like if you had a party and you're like, okay, well, maybe I don't want to have a launch party because all those people just bought. You could do like a mystery hostess event where those people who come back to shop, they can get some rewards and you can keep some rewards, or you can just go ahead and book some parties at your leisure, depending on what your time frame looks like and what you have to dedicate. But you probably could do one or two things. If you had a launch party or you had a party, you could use that party template and make it your own. Be comfortable with like how you want to run a party for like how many days. I run mine Sunday to Sunday. Some people are completely different. But you kind of want to get an idea of what you want your posts to look like. And so if you're not going to use your party as your VIP group, I would suggest making a Facebook group that is going to be where you do a lot of your posting. Okay. It's going to be where you post your restocks. It's going to be where you post the new items, where you're going to create a brand and you're going to get people in there to see it. Okay. And there's lots more training on interaction and getting people in your group and whatever. But if you have, like, say you're just starting a brand new VIP group, like I think Ashley, one of my reps on this call, and she didn't have a party. She just started a VIP group. You know, it does take a little while to get people in there. I know Hannah is like 3 or 4 months in and her group is like just hundreds by now, right? So it might be different depending on each rep. But if you have problems like trying to get your VIP group or your launch party up and running, just let your sponsor know and they can help you with that. So now I'll let Charmayne talk about live videos, the kit, and what side items that they already have.
Okay, so yeah, like Erika said, when you want to run that launch party or, you know, turn your launch party into your VIP group, and then the next step, you want to go live. And I know that's so scary, but honestly, I like do that live in your VIP group. Those are usually, you know, when you first started, those are your family and friends. And I will be totally honest, the more you do it, the more you just get that one out of the way, the more easier and the better you're going to feel about it. So did her live unboxing in her group. I was running her launch party for her. She got her kit and she went live that very first day. It was her very first live, and she did it in her party, and her people loved that, because the people in your VIP group in your launch party, they want to see you in the clothes, not your upline that you keeps posting. So definitely go live and unbox what you got. Talk about while you're doing that unboxing, you can show pieces and kind of talk about why you decided to just join Zaya. Be upfront with them, get it out there right now. Maybe you join just for the discount, or like I said, earn that extra money, but definitely get that first live under your belt pretty dang quick whenever you create your VIP group, or like I said, do it in your launch party. That way they can just kind of see the clothes on you. They can hear your honest review, and just you just speaking from the heart to your family and friends. So definitely do that live unboxing as quick as you can. It's only going to benefit you right off the gate. All right, Miss Erika, you want to talk about the resources that we all have available for everybody?
Yeah, actually, I know Hannah was supposed to do this training with us, so I'm going to ask her. I know she's a fairly new rep who's seen a lot of good success. Hannah, do you want to talk about like the resources that you use, like especially the Facebook ones, to help with your business and your launch party?
Sure. And sorry, it's noisy. The baby is sick, so the Advil kicked in, so I got to hop on. But I would just say that the resources that I use a lot, I'm really big at find good resources and then don't reinvent the wheel. So especially when you're a new rep and you're starting out and you have the back office to figure out and you have all these other things to figure out. One thing you don't have to figure out is like really cool graphics, sizing information, promos, legging joggers challenges, all this stuff to drum up business. You don't have to figure that out, because your upline hopefully will add you to all these different groups, like the marketing group and the size and fit group. And definitely use your upline. Like we're the Zaya All-Stars, everyone underneath Erika, and I get a lot of information and I get all the trainings from that page. So use those different groups. And, at first when you're like, now that I've been in this for 3 months, I've started to create I've started to create my own stuff with Canva, which is another great resource. If you're super creative, maybe you want to jump into creating your own graphics. That's really awesome. Personally, when I was first getting into this, everything was overwhelming and I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. So I would find stuff that worked for other people. Sorry, I'm going upstairs. And then I would use it. So again, I also wanted to say about resources. One of your biggest resources as a new rep are these training calls. So kudos to all of you for being here and watching. Watch as many of these as you can. And I just did that. Like I soaked up as much of it as I could. I listened to the On Fire ones from Katie and Monica. I just watched as many as I could. I even went back through the YouTube. You can look up all of the ones from like Sam Higginson and the big people in Zaya, and it just ignites your passion, and it encourages you to grow, and you see all these people and communicate with these people who are doing what you do and love it. So I would say like one of your biggest resources is going to be your upline, and the next one is going to be any and all training videos that you can find. And then definitely ask your upline to point you in the direction of some of the great videos that they've watched or participated in, and utilize those. So yeah.
Thanks, Hannah. So yeah, if you're jotting this down really quick, okay, your team pages. So like Charmayne's team page, right, on Facebook. If there's a team chat from your sponsor, okay. The Facebook groups that you'll want is the Zaya Marketing. Okay, Zaya on Fire has one, and then there's a bigger one. I just actually found a new one. It's like Zaya Outdoors or something. I don't know, Charmayne, if you have that, but I found a lot of good ones in that. And they'll just add you. Zaya Retired, we have one for Zaya on Fire, and then there's a bigger one where you can sell and buy out of stock or retired items at discount. You will always sell 25% off, whether you paid full price or not, because you've been paid on it. Other reps will probably sell used or whatever. I just bought a golf dress in there today, right? Very helpful. And the sizing and fit, honestly, there is a group for that. Like today I had a girl who wanted to buy a bra and she's 34 triple D. I know nothing about that life. And I literally went in there and I put 34 triple D crazy sauce, right? And she sent, and like every bra that was her size pulled up, and I literally sent her pictures of these people, because it's nice to be able to see someone who's your chest size and be like, oh, like I could have sent her the pictures from the website and it's like, that's not her size. Do you know what I mean? So that was very helpful. And she bought 3 bras and I was like, thank you very much. If you don't want to return them, please don't, because I want you to wear them. So the marketing group I usually use for that stuff. Like my aunt, she's a little bit older. Like if she wants joggers, I'll find maybe someone her age and send them to her. Or style tips. That is super helpful. When people see how to style that item, if I don't have it, I'll look there and send it to them instead of sending them something from the website. Zaya on Faya has a website. It has a lot of training videos. It has the goal tracker, which I fill out every month. It's on Faya, FYIA.com. And the password is ZOF. Very helpful. Scroll around there. Some of the videos I think are a little outdated, but if you could kind of get the tips and trips. And then in your back office, Sam Higginson is our corporate trainer. Every single month, you'll get an email that says, this person is coming on at Monday and they're going to train on this and blah, blah. So like say, Melissa, I see you on the call. If you're like, man, I'm like really bad at recruiting. Like I can't even get anyone to join my team. Maybe you go back in your back office under the new rep training under Sam Higginson and company files, and there'll be tons of options about prospecting and training. And you can kind of, like Hannah said, kind of pick and choose what trainings you want to listen to while you're driving in your car. Same thing with YouTube. Okay. And I think really that's it. Customer service, I would learn how to submit a ticket in the back office if you have some issues with customer service. Usually I just call them mofos. I'll be like, hey, this is what I need. And then Charmayne, do you want to talk about after your launch party booking parties?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So guys, there's so much good stuff on all of those websites, and I know that's what I just messaged Sarah. She came on, and I was like, did I add you to the marketing page? There's so many groups that are available, so sometimes it can be a little chaotic, and it's like so definitely don't get too overwhelmed with those. But whenever you do,
Sarah's like over there, like, okay, what'd you just say?
Yeah. But definitely, like Erika said, you guys, that is what I did my very first year. And I still do. I kind of suck with like actual like reading books, but I love to listen to trainings when I'm in my car, when I'm on my walks. Take that time when you're folding laundry, when you're doing dishes, plug into training. Even on our Zaya on Faya, the big team page we're all in. Just search any topic that you want, recruiting or hosting parties. You're going to find, if you just use a search button, you're going to find so much good information to plug into and just read, listen to trainings. Okay. So you have done your launch party, you it's been like a week or so and you're like, okay, now what? Parties, you guys. If again, like I kind of mentioned, if you are wanting to just, be here for the discount, that's great. But I'm sure a lot of you on this phone call are not just for the discount. You're wanting to like make an income with this and take it to the next level. So booking parties. So as a goal, whenever I first started, I know this is Erika's goal. I had a goal every single month to host 4 parties. And I have done that for the past 2.5 years. Every single month, my goal is to host 4 parties. But I think your guys' goal within your first, 30 days, 1 month, 1 to 2 months, if you could get 2 to 4 parties on the books, that is so, so amazing. So definitely, you don't have to create that wheel. Use the party that your upline hosted for you. If you had a launch party, copy and paste those, maybe put it in a document, whatever works for you. I just use like the 3 little lines in the top or 3 little dots. You can save post. What I did when I first started, I just kind of created like my Zaya party post, and I would just put, copy and pasted those all to my save file on Facebook. And that is how I ran my parties. now there's different apps that you can, pay a certain, $10 a month or so to schedule your party post out for you. But when you're just getting started, you don't need to get that fancy yet. So definitely, book 2 to 4 parties, I think is a great goal. If you're looking to make, 2, 4, 5, 6, $800,000 back within your first 30 to 60 days. How do you book parties? Okay. You definitely, go live in your group. Put a post about it in your group. I love to share what you got from your launch party. If you launch party hit $1,000, you cash in those rewards, create a little collage so people can see like, holy crap, she just got 8 items for the price of like 2. So maybe you put that in there in your VIP group to, this is what I got as hosting a party. It's so simple. I do the work for you. You just invite your family and friends. You get a snag free and half off activewear. So definitely post about in your VIP group. But the main thing is you get into people's messages. So when you're first beginning, you should have a pretty long list of who you could ask. Ask your friends, ask your family. I told one of my other reps today, my best parties are women like in their 40, 50, 60-year-olds. They eat this shit up. They love amazing quality. So hit up your aunts, man. Hit up the your cousins, your aunts, whatever. So definitely, I always tell my reps, like, host your first party like by yourself for a family member. So it doesn't feel as like scary. And once you get that party underneath your belt, the rest, you're just going to go off of that party template that you are. Getting your parties where you want may take a little bit. So, then you have it for parties moving forward. Yes, with parties, you're always going to kind of, have new stuff with new inventory. Obviously, during your parties, you don't want to show like this is a jacket no longer in stock. So I'm not going to talk about this jacket. So yeah, your posts are going to kind of always be evolving with what the current inventory is, but your main, structure of your party is going to remain the same. So definitely everybody's goal should have, 2 to 4 parties booked, maybe 2 parties booked in April, and then have 4 parties booked in May, and you are going to be sitting so good. Right now, guys, I don't know if you've heard, but right now is the busiest. These are the biggest months in the company. March, April, May are huge. March was absolutely incredible. April's looking like it's going to be even better. And May is going to be so good too. So take the time this week to get some parties on the books. Does anybody have any questions about parties or booking parties or anything like that? Use the chat or you can unmute. We're happy to answer any of those questions why we have you guys. Erika, do you want to go over anything? I'm going to jump in real fast. This wasn't on our list, but I get so many questions whenever I have my new reps is, using our discount versus paying full price. So you can kind of look at this 2 ways. If you have $1,000 in sales for the month, you make 28% commission. Our discount is 25% commission. So if you, again, join for just a discount, or you don't think you're going to get 1,000 in sales, you don't have any party books, then yeah, you may want to use your discount upright and you get that 25% off. But I always pay full price, or I will shop through my party link. So then that way I make, cause I know I'm going to get $1,000 in commission. So then that way I make 28% commission. So honestly, you're better off paying full price if you know you're going to have 1,000 in sales, because instead of 25% discount, you're going to make 28% back from commission on that purchase. Plus you shopping through rewards, then again, that's where you can kind of rank up those rewards and cash in your own party rewards. So that's like one of my most favorite things about being a rep is we make commission, and then plus as reps, we still get to, redeem those hostess rewards, which is so amazing. So I know that can be a little bit confusing at the very beginning. So let us know if you guys have any questions about parties or using your discount or anything like that. Please, please, please. All right, Erika.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think that I've had that come up a lot, and I have a lot of discount reps in my squad, and they still make me money. But just think about it like this in a big term, like I would rather get 150 and 4 half priced items than buying things at 25%, even if I'm really saving 5% because I'm only getting 20% under 1,000. Um, I look at it that way. If you ever build teams, you don't make anything if they're buying with their discount. But at the end of the day, you could start as a discount rep and then grow to something different. So that can all change. The last thing we'll talk about is offering the business opportunity. I know there's some new reps on here that have already built teams. And so I think that the hardest thing sometimes is you're starting new and you're still trying to figure things out, and then people are jumping in your team with you and you're like, so your focus is from me to we very quickly, and that can be overwhelming because people are now asking you questions. But it is the nature of this business, right? If you want this to be something long term, you can't really get anywhere without building a team. And think about it like this: when I wake up, I make money no matter what, no matter if I have a party or I don't have a party, because I have a team of people working under me. When I worked in corporate America, I had a team under me and I didn't really make anything off of any of them. And I still had to coach and develop them and whatnot. So I think it's kind of nice when you can get paid on people that you work closely with. So whether you like it or not, you're going to be a leader, and that's a whole different ballgame. But for the first 30 days, this is what I say. It's very simple. It has not changed at all for me in the last 2 years, really. I look at it like this: shop, host, join. That's it. Okay. There's tons of trainings out there about prospecting, recruiting, all this stuff, parties. And the more complex we make this, the harder it becomes. Shop, host, join is very easy. You make a list of all the people that you think your friends. I tell people in the beginning, if you want to start this business, it's in the beginning for me, it was someone that I trusted, someone that I liked, someone I hung out with, right? They're your friends. Like those are your warm market people, your best friends. Let's do this together. Let's run together. Let's start the business. I'm going to guilt trip you into doing this with me until you do it. Like whatever you want to do, that's how it's got to be. That's how it's going to be. Just joking. But think about it like this. You're going to even have people like icing on the cake. People are going to come to you and be like, hey, Charmayne, I love this stuff. Like, how do I join? And you'll be like, what? Oh, okay, hold on one second. Charmayne, how does she join? So know that people do fall in love. The product sells itself. But this is also what I'll say. If you don't ask your customers in the party and you don't ask them, someone will. Because the growth of this company is so new. Think about other brands: Scentsy, Arbonne, Advocare, all of those brands. Look how big they are. Beachbody. Somebody has asked them, and you could probably, I'm on a soccer field right now, I could probably throw a rock and hit a Beachbody rep. Okay. It will happen here at Zyactiv. And if we don't take control and try to ask, somebody will. Somebody in their family is going to join Zyactiv and they're going to join. Okay. So I just make a list. Every single person that comes into my party, I talk to about the business opportunity, because it's black and white for me. There is no like, I would kind of ask her, but like, that doesn't happen in my business. I somehow, some way present the business opportunity to every single person I talk to. And this is the thing. Inside of my parties, I have no expectations. I don't say, oh, I need $1,000 party, or I got to have a $2,000 party. I do 2 to 3 things every single party. After 2 years, I still do this. I have fun. I share the things that I love from beginning to end, right? I just share the products I love, whether they want to hear it or not. I'm in their face about it, in their messenger and in the party. And I want to make new friends. That's it. If I get sales, great. If I get reps, great. Because ideally, right, that's the big picture. But you don't need to be in this business for 90 days to build a team. Don't put pressure on yourself on the flip side to be like, oh my God, I have to have a rep. I have to have a rep. Do not do that. Like literally, if it happens, it happens. If you present the opportunity, it happens. You know what I mean? Like people will gravitate to a tribe that they really belong in. I feel like that's how the universe treats me. They bring me good people. There are 2 people on this call that are my new reps that I really didn't know, maybe 3 people. And they've been brought to me for a reason. So just know that time is the only thing that will separate a person from joining Zyactiv. They might tell you differently, but it's not. So when you make your list people as customers, as hostesses, and as reps. Have the conversation as you see fit. If you feel more comfortable throwing them a party first, throw them a party first. If you feel comfortable, you know, telling them about the business opportunity, like Melissa, if you have a best friend, you're like, hey, listen, you're my best friend and I work full time and you don't. So you're going to join this business with me because that's what we do. And we're going to go out for drinks once a week and have business meetings. And you know what I mean? However you want to get your team going, that's how you do it. I mean, if you want to wait 90 days till you got $10,000 in your belt, like whatever. But I'm telling you this, shop, host, join. And you think about that in your mind. Okay. I lead with the business opportunity always. If I'm walking down here, I'm like, oh yeah, has anybody ever talked to you about Diet Active? Like how you can earn free gear? Let me tell you about it. Oh yeah, I don't really have time for that, because I'll hear that every single day. Okay, well, let me just tell you about this. Let's host a party online. Let me get you some free gear. And then I'm going to ask you 3 more times if you want to join my team with your hostess rewards. All right. After that, I'm like, you know what? Can you just try some leggings, girl? Can you just try some leggings? Here's my card. I'm going to call you tonight and I'm going to send you my website. Is that all right? That's how I operate. I start with the business first and I work my way down. Now, if you're my party, yeah, I'm not going to I do work other ways. But business opportunity, always sit it in the back of your mind. Always think about, that girl's really cool and I want to hang out with her some more. So I'm going to ask her to join my team. And I'm going to tell you this, Charmayne's team is full of badass people. They are fun. They are go-getters. They are competitive and they shine at the top on Zion Fire every single month. So if you're here in her team, I don't want my team to feel bad because, you know, you're still cool too, right? The all-stars. But listen, you guys are in a strong squad. That is a recruiting piece. Do you know how much fun we have? And do you know collectively how much money we make? No, just joking. Don't tell them that. Because we can't. But for real, life changing. Maybe use that instead of hot diggity, right? Okay. Host, shop, join, always and forever. Mike.
Peace out.
Peace out. That's what you tell people.
Just kidding. We love you. Okay. So yeah, you know, Erika and Erika just gave you a halftime speech. She was a soccer coach for how long? 15 years.
A lot of years.
So yes,
years.
She's amazing and she, you know, recruit college athletes. So obviously you can kind of tell this is her huge passion. But guys, does anybody have any questions?
Anything? Spears is my hype squad somewhere. She's in all caps. Megan, thanks for that. Appreciate that, girl. Courtney's in the top 10 freaking Mexico list.
Courtney,
she's new rep on steroids over here, just smashing people, taking names.
She joined the business, and I don't know, Courtney will have to tell me, January 12th, 15th, and now you have how many people on your team? I want to say 15, 16. So it's doable, guys. But
Courtney's got us on mute because she's recruiting.
But honestly, don't let that scare you. It's whatever you want this to be. That's the glory of this business. We are our own boss. We get to put in, if you have 5 minutes a day to put into Zaya, you have 5 minutes a day. If you have 35, if you have 5 hours, that is completely up to you, because that's the glory of having this business. We are our own bosses. We control how much time we put in, but just know however much time you put in is how much you're going to get out. If you treat it like a business, it'll treat you like a business. And if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to treat you like a hobby, but that's up to you. And that's completely fine. We will love you no matter what choice you choose or however you want to work it, because that is ultimately your decision. But just know we are all here. You know, Erika and I and Katie and Monica, who run Zaya on Fire, you guys, we're all in this together. You know, we rally and rise and rank. We're all in this. So just know that you have so many people out there to help you work this business however you choose. So if there's any questions, not any questions, I think, Erika, is that it?
Yep, you guys rocked it.
Yeah. It's so fun to see all you guys' faces. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Hey.
All right. Well, I'll post the Charmayne, I'll post the recording. And then if you guys can, if you guys have any questions or whatever, you guys will, like Charmayne said, write them down and then come back. And if you have new reps, you can send them this. And then we'll go from there. You guys have a good night.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.